Hello friends and welcome to lesson 6 of unit 2, which is on people analytics. The learning outcomes for people analytics for this lesson are evolution of people analytics trends, or you can take the business leverage from people analytics, and also what are the best practices that we can have a look. And finally, the new area, which is the relational people analytics. So let me start and talk about HR in general. So there are three pockets in this. Even today, people think of HR as feelings and emotions, and there is very less data which is available in HR. That is the general feeling. Whereas when we talk about analytics, that means you have to quantify the data, you have to build a model, and then you can use the predictive analytics to predict the behavior. Now, the business leaders, the business experts, they take decisions based on the data through the analytics. Now, one is HR is all about feelings and emotions. Another is that people felt that not enough data is available, uh, which can be quantified. Number one, and number two, whether the companies have enough technological tools to use analytics. So simple question is whether a small or average organization be able to use people analytics. I'll try to answer these questions as we progress. So let me first define what is people analytics. The other names of people analytics are HR analytics, workforce analytics, talent analytics. And if we have to define HR analytics or people analytics, the simple definition is that it is a data-driven approach to manage people at work. Now, the various trends which has given rise to people analytics and the usage has gone manifold today. Number one, there is HR data which is much more available as compared to the past. There is an increase in analytical capabilities which the companies have, so small companies can also use people analytics. There has been a big popularity of big data as we had discussed during lesson 1, and the ROI is increasing day by day on data analytics. That means the companies are finding it worthwhile to use people analytics to increase their return on investment. When we talk about people analytics and numbers, they never gel well because we have never treated people as numbers. But analytics has brought both the things together. And the reason is because numbers can tell us a lot about people. But in HR, we never want to think of people as numbers. But I would take that as another set of data in terms of people. So from HR perspective, these still are two separate entities. But analytics have given us enough confidence, and research has proved that numbers can help in HR more than in any other field. So people analytics provide you that insight. Working on people as numbers which can predict the future events. And also you can use that to get the business leverage out of that. Whether it is in terms of leadership potential, whether in terms of intellectual capabilities or for teamwork. Let us look how you can do. Today, the biggest problem is employee retention. People analytics can help you to understand and even predict why people leave. And you can come out with strategies how you can stop that or reduce that. Also, you can forecast the trends, and once you do that, you are able to build your capabilities, keeping in view the challenges that are going to come. So when we talk of numbers, you talk of HR dashboard, wherein whether the numbers are in terms of leadership, because people analytics provide facts. So maybe it is on hourly basis, daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. You have these dashboard facts available to you as HR professional. When we talk about the Salesforce team, so these are the facts which can make us work on effectiveness of the Salesforce. So 73%, if I compare that with the last month or maybe last year, so engagement, client satisfaction, productivity, you get these facts in front of you. Each will help you to optimize your business strategy. And HR are the eyes of the organization, looking inside as well as outside. So what we discussed is just one part, a small part, where we use the predictive analytics to talk about the future and anticipate all the challenges and try to look at the opportunities which are going to come your way. Now, in today's scenario, the competition has made it mandatory for organizations to use predictive analytics, and that is why people analytics is giving you a lot of return on investment. Today, I would say that HR professionals must know these 6 terms, and if they can work on these 6, I think that is the future of HR. So visualization, we have talked about all these except the last one. Visualization, algorithm, predictive analytics, big data, data scientist, how to work with data scientists to use the numbers with people to effectively come out with HR operations. The last one is where you write the scripts. That means it is like programming in R and Python. Now, when we talk about the best practices, what today the companies are doing, they have HR dashboard. Every day when the HR professional is going to the office or on his mobile or on the screen, they see this dashboard. And he or she can compare it with day-to-day progress, or maybe on monthly basis, maybe on yearly basis, or maybe for the last 1 decade. So if you are able to see something like training effectiveness, right, absence cost, benefit satisfaction, quit rate, acceptance ratio, satisfaction index, engagement index, so you define your own KPIs which are best for your organization, and you make this dashboard available to you. So here I'm giving you one example which you can also work on in Excel, which gives you step-by-step construction of a dashboard in Excel. So here is the link, you can go and try and build your own dashboard if you are interested in. So here you give the KPIs and then you see the trend, what is the normal, which direction it is going, and you give the formulas and they are depicted through this dashboard which you use every day. Similarly, Google did a project which was Project Oxygen in 2011, and this research, which was done for many years, was about how you can identify good managers using people analytics, which was quantitative. So what they came out was 8 key behaviors and 3 pitfalls. And I can just summarize. You can go to Google to know more about this if you're interested. So good managers have key behaviors, which are they have technical skills to help advise the team, have a clear vision and strategy for the team. They are always good communicator and they listen to the team, and they are productive and result oriented. So the pitfalls, they lack consistent approach to performance and career development. So it has been proved by Google that they can come out with this, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in this slide. So when we talk about analytics, we talk about the attribute analytics, which is about trait and state. Trait is what is fixed. So when we say your background, your job profile, your geographical area, so these are the traits we are talking about, your capabilities. State, like your age, which will change with time, right? Even your job profile will come under state if it is changing, right? So we talk about the attribute analytics, which today research has shown is a very narrow approach for data analysis because it is focusing on still a very small domain. Whereas today we want to focus on individuals, we want to focus on teams, we want to focus on organization as a whole, vis-a-vis the entire business world. So Harvard has done a lot of research and then they came out with the relational analytics, which is now acceptable all across the business houses in the world, especially in HR under people analytics. And they have come out with 6 signatures of relational analytics. It is like the neural network in your brain where you try to connect each cell or neural with others so as to understand the behavior and predictive analysis of the cells in terms of their life and how they behave when they are good and when they are bad and how that network as a whole works. So it is based on the neural networks. Let me make it simple and try to make you understand this. So the 6 signatures, once we discuss, you will understand what I mean by relational analytics. Now, ideation signature is one where you want people who can come out with new ideas. So the focus is on individual. So once you build this predictive relational analytics, so here is a purple node that is a person. So this employee will come up with good ideas if you look at his circle of influence or he's networked with. So not only within the organizations but other organizations across the vertical or domain in which he is working. Vis-a-vis the yellow circle which is shaded where the network is good but it is very localized. That means he has not been exposed to many people or environments and the ideation will not be something which you are looking at. So you can identify such people. Second is influence signature, which is on individual again. It predicts which employees will change others' behavior more. So I'll prefer the purple person because he is again able to influence people across departments or across the organizations within the MNC, whereas the yellow one is good but within the local domain. So the influence area would be smaller. When we talk about efficiency signature, it is the focus is on team. If you look at this, so I want to pick a team, the team which can complete the projects on time because they want all the members to be team players. So we can pick that and they are very well networked with each other. So as you can see from this predictive analytics. Innovative signature. Innovation is when you want to be in isolation, you are not very well connected or networked so that you can think and innovate the things. So this is focuses on team, which teams will innovate effectively. If you try to look at this, the purple I make a team out of it. So they are not like in the earlier diagram you saw very closely networked. They have their influence of up to 2 people max. So silo signature is focus is on organization, not on individual, not on team, but on the organization. So we want to know which all organizations are working in silo or which all departments are working in silo. So in this, if you look at the purple one, so that one again is working in silo. The top left that I'm talking, because there is only one person through whom it is connected with others. So basically, what is happening over there is that if that person goes away, so this department remains in isolation, or this organization is in silo after that. There are others, they have connectivity through multiple points. Similarly, vulnerability signature, which is again on organization. So this talks about the employees which are crucial for the organization and you cannot lose them. Now here is the supplier organization in green, and there is a company which is dealing with those suppliers. So if you look at the bottom shaded one, so what is happening over there? This is the only person who is connecting the organization or that department to the supplier. If you lose that person, then that connection goes away. So your supply will be affected. So this is how you can use the relational analytics, where you don't focus on just attribute analytics, but you go beyond in terms to establish the relationship at individual level, team level, and organization level. So let me summarize what we discussed today. We talked about the evolution of people analytics. We also talked about the trends in people analytics. We saw how you can take the business leverage out of people analytics. What are the best practices? We discussed two things. And then we talked about relational people analytics. So where you have the relational predictive analytics to help you take business decisions not only at the individual level but at the organization level and also within the teams. Here is a small quiz, so have your notebook and pen ready for that. Number one is, please name the Google project on people analytics. Second question, attribute analytics focus on which two aspects? And number three is, silo signature under relational people analytics focus on individual, team, or organization. So you can check the answers. The first one is known as Google Project Oxygen. Second is attribute analytics focus on trade and state. And silo signature focus on organizations. If you have any questions, feel free to write to me or send one email. I'll be happy to answer any of your queries. I would recommend some of the further reading. Firstly, these two books. They're wonderful books, especially those who are going for their HR specialization. The first one is the HR Scorecard. This is linking people, strategy, and performance. And you might have studied about a balanced scorecard. If you're not, you'll be studying during this semester or next semester. So it has clubbed that with the analytics. It's very good book. The second one is a real case, which is about Oakland Athletics baseball team, which had a very low budget and which was not a great team, but they well funded their low budget and use it towards analytics, and they could beat the best team in baseball, and they called the predictive analytics sabermetrics. So, and there was a movie also of Brad Pitt on this, which is Moneyball. So I recommend these two books for you to read. Apart from that, I talked about the dashboard example. That link is available, and also better people analytics. So what you look in people analytics, how you can go for better analytics. So this is another one. So thank you very much. See you next time with the next lesson. Bye for now.